Hello, good morning dear students. Again, you are most welcome back to our class of chemistry, and we were looking for our first lesson of chemistry, that is materials, metals and the non-metals. Okay. In last class I have explained you about reaction of metal with oxygen. What happens when metal reacts with oxygen, that I have said you in yesterday's class. So our second chemical properties of the metal today we are going to talk about, that is what happens when metal reacts with water. Okay students, but for everything we are in need of what? Reactivity series, right? So reactivity series is an essential factor to learn chemical properties of the metals, and in future also it will help you to study about it. Understood? So we will study first about the reaction of metal with the water, but before that I have to write here the reactivity series, that is most important. Understood students? So I would like to write here see a student here after Fe I will write H and then P. Okay, this is very important, hydrogen. Okay, so this is the reactivity series, and how to remind it you are knowing: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, ferrous means iron, then hydrogen, then lead, copper, mercury, argentinum, silver, then aurium, gold and platinum. Okay students, so this is all about the reactivity series that we are knowing. So here important thing is that the metals which are above hydrogen. See students, it is very important to know that the metals which are above hydrogen will only react with water. Okay, and the metals which are below hydrogen will never react with water at any condition. Okay, so first of all I would like to write here, will never react with water at any condition, Understood? This is very important thing that you should know. The metals which are above hydrogen will react with water, right? But the metal which are below hydrogen will never react with water, such as Pb, plabum, right? Copper, mercury, argentinum, aurium and platinum will never react with water. So there is no concern of these metals for the reaction of metal with what happens when metal react with the water, because these are not of any use while studying this, because these are not at all reacting with the water. Okay, then so what I would do, I shall rub this. Okay, you have got a concept. Now I would like to move ahead with a very reactive metal. These are very reactive. These metals are very reactive. Which are those? That is potassium and sodium, very reactive metals. Okay, what happens when they react with water? What happens when they react with water? Whenever they react with water, K plus H2O, they are forming KOH and hydrogen gas is released during it. Or if you will talk about sodium plus water, then NaOH plus H2, hydrogen gas will get released in both of them. The metals which are at the top of the reactivity series, because they are in need to donate their electron and to be stable, I said you. So these metals are very reactive, and the reaction between the metal and the water will be very vigorous. Very violent reaction will be taking place. And what is going to be formed? In that, potassium hydroxide. When it will react with potassium hydroxide is going to be formed along with the release of hydrogen gas. At the same time, when it will react with the sodium, it is going to be formed sodium hydroxide with release of hydrogen gas. Means hydroxides are going to be formed when they will react with the water. As I said you, those are alkali metal, means they are going to dissolve into the water, right? These metal oxides are going to be dissolved into the water, and these metals are very, very light, student. So what exactly, and when they will react with the water, they will catch fire. What is the mechanism behind it? That I shall explain you. See students, suppose this is the utensil in which water has kept, and I have dropped down a piece of sodium or potassium. Now, once it will harm, very important thing is that it is not only reacted with the plain water, it is reacting with cold water too. Cold water which we drink now during this season, the water which we drink, which we remove out from the fridge, with that water also these metals are reacting. Understood? Because they are and the reaction is very vigorous. So these metals react with what? Cold water. Even with the cold water they can react, and the reaction is vigorous, violent. What happens? See, suppose this is the sodium and potassium, or potassium. I have dropped it here. What will happen? It will float on the water as it is lighter metal. It will float in the water, and what will happen? The hydrogen gas will get released during this reaction. What will happen? When water and the metal will react, when water and the metal will react, that time what will happen? The hydrogen gas will release during this chemical reaction, and that hydrogen gas is unable to dissolve into the water. As it is unable to dissolve into the water, this hydrogen gas will come out. It will try to come out, and whenever it will try to come out, and because of this sodium and water, or potassium and water, a large amount of heat is produced. What happens, students, here? Large amount of heat is produced. Large amount of heat produced. Okay? And that heat in presence of hydrogen. Hydrogen is itself, right? It can burn. So when hydrogen gas is released, and the reaction has created a large amount of heat, and your mind, students, oxygen is supporting, and into the atmosphere there is a lot amount of oxygen. So three necessary things are coming together. What? Hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas is coming out, a large amount of heat is produced, and for this combustion of the sodium, the oxygen is required, and because of that what happens? The hydrogen gas get a proper environment to burn. Understood? So this hydrogen gas is catching fire, and to catch that fire, the large amount of heat is getting because of the sodium or potassium metal when reacts with water. Means when sodium potassium react with water, a large amount of heat is produced. That heat will be utilized for the hydrogen to burn along with the atmospheric oxygen, and because of that what will happen? The potassium and sodium can catch fire even into the water. Do you get, student? Even into the water they can catch fire. Understood? And here interesting thing is that when sodium, potassium reacts with water, it forms KOH plus hydrogen gas is released, and this metal is burning with the lilac flame. Lilac means what, student? Violet flame. It is burning with what? Violet. Lily means one kind of flower is there of lily which is of violet color. So this color is called as a lilac flame. Okay, or lilac. So that color is actually of violet color. So whenever potassium is burning in presence of or into the water, that flame is what? Violet. And when the sodium is burning, that gives the golden yellow flame. Sodium burns with the golden yellow flame. Okay, so I hope you understand the mechanism behind it. What exactly happened when sodium and potassium we drop into the cold water even. Understood? So sodium and potassium when react with water they form their hydroxides. That is very important. Hydroxides, and they are alkali metals because their oxides are able to dissolve into the water with release of hydrogen. Understood, students? And this is very violent and very vigorous reaction that metals can catch fire. Understood? And the mechanism is, just now I explain you what exactly happened. Sodium reacts with the sodium burns with the violet flame and potassium burns with the golden yellow flame. So I hope this understand. Now we will move ahead with the next metal, that is called as what? Calcium, student. Calcium. This calcium is also able to react with the cold water. This is also able to react with the cold water, but the reaction is not violent or not vigorous like potassium and sodium. Means what happens, students? Calcium, when reacts with water, it forms what? CaOH twice plus H2 gas is released. Why I have written OH twice? Because calcium has valency 2 and OH minus ion, which is very important. OH minus has valency 1, which is the polyatomic ion, which we will learn later. Okay, which will have a valency minus 1. Understood? Which will have a valency minus 1. So calcium has valency 2 and OH minus will be only 1. So calcium hydroxide we are always writing. Understood? Calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas will get released. But is it going to be very violent like sodium and potassium? No, student, it is not going to be violent. What happens at first, I will say you. Suppose this is the utensil in which water is present, cold water I said you. Okay, cold water. And if in this cold water, if I will add a calcium, then at very first instant what will happen, this calcium will sink into the water. This calcium will sink into the water, and when calcium and water will react, then hydrogen gas is going to be released, because hydrogen gas is never dissolved into the water. It is trying to escape from this solution. So what is going to happen? Hydrogen gas will release, but hydrogen gas will stick to this calcium metal. Hydrogen gas will stick to this calcium metal, and along with the calcium metal it will float on the water. Understood? Hydrogen gas, actually first it is sinking down, but whenever the reaction is taking place, that time what is happening? Hydrogen is a lighter also, and hydrogen is unable to dissolve into the water. So it is trying to escape from the water. As it is trying to escape from the water, it will take calcium along with it and will float on the water. So because of that, hydrogen will get released, but calcium will float on the water. The bubbles will form and calcium will float on the water. But this reaction, this calcium will never form a flame. Means how? Potassium and sodium, when it was reacting with the water, that time it has released a large amount of heat. It has released a large amount of heat. For that, one word is there, that is called as what? Exothermic reaction, student. The word is what? Exothermic reaction. What is meant by exothermic reaction? The reaction in which the large amount of heat is released. So here what happens? This reaction is also exothermic. When calcium and water will get react, that time also heat will produce. But that heat will not enough to catch fire for the hydrogen. Do you understand? That heat which is produced in the reaction in between calcium and water, that heat is not enough to catch fire for the hydrogen. Understood? And because of that, this utensil will become hot. This utensil will become hot if we touch from outside to this beaker or to this we can say any test tube, then that test tube will become hot. But it will not catch fire, because I said you, as we go down, the reactivity is reduces. So potassium and sodium highly reactive, calcium less reactive than sodium and potassium. But it is also going to be from what? Calcium hydroxide, and the color will be milky. The color will be milky white. Milky white color will have for the calcium hydroxide solution. Understood? So, but it will not be completely soluble, student. Please keep in mind, like potassium and sodium were completely soluble into the water and forming a potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide. Likewise, calcium hydroxide will have a milky white solution. It will not completely dissolve into the water. So I have talked about potassium, sodium and calcium. Okay. Now we'll move ahead with the further metals. What happens when they react with the water? Calcium is getting over. Magnesium we'll talk later. Now we'll talk about aluminium. What happens when aluminium is reacting with the water? When aluminium is reacting with the water, it is never forming its hydroxide because this oxide is unable to dissolve into the water. So what it forms? It is forming its oxide. It will form oxide Al2O3 plus H2. Do you get, student? This is one interesting thing about this aluminium, zinc and the ferrous or iron. Understood? When aluminium will react with water, it will form aluminium oxide with release of hydrogen gas because this aluminium oxide is unable to dissolve into the water. I said you, all metals, all metallic oxides are not dissolved into the water. So all metallic oxides are not alkalis. Only few metallic oxides are alkalis, that is lithium, sodium and potassium. These are only soluble into the water, but aluminium, zinc and ferrous are unable to dissolve into the water. So they are never forming their hydroxides, they are forming their oxides. Okay students, so aluminium, then and this is one important thing, that they are never reacting with the cold water also and the hot water also. This aluminium, zinc and ferrous is always reacting with what? Steam. These are reacting with what? Steam. Understood? With the water vapor they are reacting. Okay, with the water vapor they are reacting to form what? Their oxides, not of hydroxides. They are never reacting with cold water also and the hot water also. Okay, so aluminium plus water, Al2O3H2. What happens when zinc react with the water? Zinc plus H2O gives ZnO plus H2. Okay, this sign indicates that gas is released, and gas, whenever it is released, it is going into the upward direction because it is lighter. Gas is never settling down, right? Gaseous state you have learned. So in the gaseous state, the particles of the matter are quite apart from each other. So the gases are always lighter, and whenever they are releasing, they are going into the upward direction. So this sign indicates that gas is released during the chemical reaction. Either we can show like this or we can write gas below of it. Okay. Then what happens when ferrous reacts? Fe plus H2O, it gives Fe3O4. Understood? Here, balancing is not my concept now, student. Balancing is not my concept. I shall make a separate video to balance the chemical reaction. But you don't focus on the balancing of a chemical reaction. Okay? This is the reactant side, this is the base product side, and all the atoms and the molecules must be equal. That is called as a balanced chemical reaction. This is not a balanced chemical reaction because this is not the topic to balance the chemical reaction. This is the topic of what? Reaction of metal and the water. So please neglect towards the balancing of a chemical reaction. I shall make a separate video how to balance a chemical reaction. I hope you got it. So I hope aluminium, when react with water, it forms a aluminium oxide. When zinc react with water, it forms what? Zinc oxide. And ferrous when react, or iron when reacts with the water, means not on water, water vapor or with the steam, it forms what? Triferric tetrahydroxide. Okay, and hydrogen gas will get released. So I hope you got the concept of what happens when metal reacts with the water, which is really very important, student. And because of that, sodium and potassium are always being kept into the kerosene. This is the reason, because if you will keep them into the free atmosphere, then what happens? Oxygen is there, but along with the oxygen there are water vapors, and they are forming a water vapor from the atmosphere, and this sodium and potassium react with each other and catches fire. So it is never been kept into the water also. In water, पानी में आग लगाता है ऐसा म्हणतो ना आपण तसं. So it is reacting with water to catch fire, as well as if you keep it open into the atmosphere, then also it is catching fire. And what is the mechanism behind it? I said you just now. So that to avoid it, the sodium and potassium are always been kept into the kerosene. Okay, this is always dipped into the kerosene. And if you talk about the further metals, that is Pb, copper, then mercury, silver, gold and platinum do not react with the water. So I hope you understand the concept. In further classes we will see what happens when metal reacts with the acids, as well as what non-metals happens reacts with the water. Okay, so thank you so much.